What's going on, Fight Hype? I'm here with former trainer of the year, Bob Santos, Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios, main event pay-per-view, another pay-per-view for Team Barrios. How are you guys feeling?
Great, man. It's always good to be back, right? So this is going to be his third pay-per-view, and I think the experience is going to be very beneficial. Obviously, going against Gervonta, then going against Thurman, and here we are now against the icon Pacquiao.
Yeah. So Pacquiao's coming off a 4-year layoff. Father Time seems to be undefeated. But for whatever reason, Manny Pacquiao thinks he got it. What kind of version of Manny Pacquiao are you expecting on Saturday?
Well, like you had just mentioned, Father Time is undefeated, and I was one of the ones that thought Father Time was undefeated when he fought Keith Thurman. I thought for sure Keith Thurman was going to beat him. I had Robert Guerrero fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's a great athlete, good mover, good puncher. So therefore, I thought for sure Thurman was going to beat him. And there I am ringside. First round, Thurman's on the deck. The 12th round finishes, and they're raising Manny Pacquiao's hand, and here he is in his 40s, and he sets the all-time record. So I didn't expect that to happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen with us July 19th. I don't think it will. I think Mario Barrios had a tremendous camp, and I think we're going to be victorious July 19th.
Do you think Manny Pacquiao decided to pick Mario Barrios off of his last performance as opposed to fighting any of the other champions? Because Mario seemed to just coming off a draw, even though he's a world champion. He didn't get the decision in that Netflix fight, and Manny Pacquiao might see some holes. What did you guys switch up in his camp to make sure that night that doesn't happen again?
Well, you know what they always say, you're only as good as your last performance. Maybe that's what they seen in his last performance. It wasn't to the standard that maybe they thought. They thought they see some holes there, and he's going to be the weakest link. But, I always tell people this, though, too. Buster Douglas also lost before he fought Mike Tyson, but he didn't lose when he fought Mike Tyson that night. Yesterday is yesterday, today's today, and they're going to be in for a big shock July 19th.
Sounds good. So you've also mentioned that you've been around Freddie Roach before. You've seen him train. So were you just around looking with your eyes? Did you see Manny Pacquiao train? Do you know?
No. I know him real well because obviously I done camps with him with Robert Guerrero. So Robert Guerrero was a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao. So it wasn't just that I was there. I mean, I seen him when he first came to the United States. So I've been in and around Manny Pacquiao an awful lot, and I know him pretty well. Not as good as Freddie Roach does, obviously, but I know him very well. And I think we have a great game plan going in for July 19th. And like I said, I think we're going to turn out victorious.
I feel like Barrios is in a lose-lose situation. If he wins the fight, he beat an old man. If he loses the fight, he lost an old man. As long as everything goes well, what's the next step to make sure to prove that Mario Barrios is still one of the top 147 pounders in the world? Can we see a unification fight?
You know what?
What's next?
Perception, sometimes becomes reality. But if you really look at things and look at it from a perspective of this, today, everybody's looking at it as if he wins, you beat an older guy. If he loses, you lost to an older guy. But I give you the caveat. Anytime you can go against an icon and put your name in the history books next to a guy that has accomplished all that, where you could say, hey, you know what? I fought Muhammad Ali. I fought Sugar Ray Robinson. As time goes on, your name will be in the history books. People look at BoxRec. Who did he fight? What did he do? And that in itself is a victory. And I think as time goes on, like I said, that sets you aside. And I think it's a great opportunity to go against an icon.
I agree. So Devin Haney decided to move up to 147 pounds, in your guys' field. Facing a heavy puncher in Brian Norman. What do you see in that fight? And what are your chances on Devin Haney moving up another weight class?
Devin Haney's a great fighter. I know him pretty well. We've actually had Mario Barrios spar Devin Haney back in the past out there in the Bay Area. So I know him pretty well. I've known him for a long time. When I worked with Francis Barthélemy for a time, he was a lead sparring partner with Devin Haney, or Devin Haney was a sparring partner for him, whichever way they want to look at it. But so I know him pretty well. I think it'll be a great fight. Devin Haney's boxing IQ and his ability to move. And we're going to see if Norman's going to be able to catch up with him. So it'll be an interesting fight, different dichotomy, but we'll see how it plays out.
Sounds good. Well, good luck Saturday night, and Team Barrios versus Pacquiao. Let's get a great fight.
At Bob Santos Boxing.
And
Let's
Bob
go, baby.
Santos.